back to my channel. Today I'm here to share with you 5 of my favorite online resources. This is actually a collaboration video with Megan over at Too Cool for Middle School. I will leave her channel link below in the description. She's an awesome teacher. She teaches 6th grade ELA and 6th grade Read 180, which is kind of like an intervention type class as well. So I am excited to be doing this video with her, and hopefully you guys will get a list of 10, because I have 5 and she'll have 5, of really good online resources for you to use in your classroom. So my list is in no particular order. I don't have it ranked from my favorite to least favorite, but these are just 5 online resources that I find myself using the most in my classroom. So the first resource is Newsela, or Newsela as I like to call it. This is an amazing resource to teach current events in your classroom. So the first resource is Newsela, or Newsela as I like to call it. This is an amazing resource to teach current events in your classroom. This is Newsela, and if you scroll down you will see there is tons and tons of different articles that you can choose from. So not only is that cool, right? So there's current events articles, there are articles, you know, there's articles about the civil rights movement. There are tons of different articles, but if you click on an article, you will see that you can put it in Spanish. What? You can use the max lexile. You can bump it all the way down to 570. Guys, the possibilities for Newsela is endless. So here are some of the things that you can do on this website. You can assign a writing prompt. So here's like a default prompt that they have, but you can assign a writing prompt. And so if the article is assigned, the writing prompt will appear in their binder. There's different quizzes for each article that you can assign to your kids. You can annotate. Hey, I want to annotate this section here. I can make it this color, and then I can write something to my students that I want them to think about or respond to, and then I can push share. So you have your binder here. So your kids, this is what your kids see. The kids in their binder, they will see different articles that have been assigned to them, and so they just click on it, and they're able to do the quiz or do the writing, whatever you assign to them. So guys, as you can see, Newsela is there's so many possibilities of differentiation with Newsela. I have done some really fun activities. So in my classroom I like to do Kahootathons, and that's another really fun online resource that we'll give it an honorable mention because it didn't quite make the list. But it's a really awesome resource, and where you can create quizzes for your kids and they can take it on their iPads or laptops, whatever you have, or you can just do one on your smartboard. But so what I did with Newsela is I leveled my kids into groups by their level. So that way I was able to say, okay, this group, you read this article and it's going to be 500 lexile, and then my really high kids are reading a different article and at 1,000 lexile, right? And so they did that, they read the articles together, and then they created their own Kahoot, their own quiz about the article that they read. And then I used sentence stems, so I gave them sentences that they would see on the test. So they were studying for the test and they didn't even know they were studying for the test. And then what I did was after they've created their Kahoot on their iPads, each kid created a Kahoot on their iPads, and then the group split up, and so one kid with a 500 lexile, one with 1,000, one with a 800, so kids with all different articles and all different lexiles, they were then grouped into different groups of 4. So each 4 kids had 4 different articles, and then they took turns reading the article. So the person whose article it was, they read the article out loud, so it really helped them work on their fluency. And then they took the test, and then they gave the Kahoot, and all the kids in their group took the Kahoot. awesome way to use Newsela. I could go into more detail and share some resources if that's something that you're interested in. If it is, go ahead and leave a comment below and I will plan a whole video about my Kahootathons. The next online resource that I absolutely love to use is ThingLink. ThingLink is a website where you can upload a picture and then you can have little icons that link to different things on the web. Let's take a look. So here's a ThingLink that I created for a debate project that I had my students do. On my board, I had a QR code for each student's ThingLink that they needed to go to for their group. So the kids scanned their ThingLink with their iPads and then they were brought to something that looked like this. And over here I linked different articles that I wanted them to go to. So we can check it out right now. You just push read more and then it will take you to the article that I wanted them to read. And they did that for all of the articles that they needed. Now that's just one way to use ThingLink. There are tons of ways you can use ThingLink. Kids can even create their own ThingLinks. Here's a great example of how a kid could use ThingLink. So this is a picture that a student took, and this isn't anything from my class. This is just, they also have ThingLink. You can find a ton of different created ThingLinks on here to get ideas. So this, they took the different spheres and they talked about all the different spheres in their picture. This is a book report over the Harry Potter. And so the student created, you can have them do tons of little different things. You could create a rubric that they have to have a video or a voice recording. They have to give it a rating. They have to draw a picture. They insert it into this little picture that they can either make themselves or you can make for them. So ThingLink is everything, guys. If you are not using it in your classroom, you have to try it out. Another online resource that I really enjoy using is Seesaw. Now, Seesaw is kind of like a digital portfolio. So you can use it for kids to upload work that they've done, and then parents can get connected and parents can look at it. It also has a blog feature that's really cool. I use it a little bit different in my classroom since I don't have like a Google Classroom or a platform like that, so I kind of use this as my Google Classroom. I'll have kids submit assignments there and that's where I'll grade it. What's really cool is you can have different folders that they put their work in so that everything is organized. The blog feature is also really cool. Kids can blog and talk about whatever they want to talk about. Kids can comment on each other's work if you want to set that feature up. If you don't want to set that feature up, you don't have to. Kids can create videos. They can post photos. They can make a video, drawings. They can make links. It's just a really neat resource to have for your kids. So see, they can draw things. They can, it's really cool. I highly recommend using Seesaw. If you don't want to use it like to house assignments and stuff, it's an awesome way to connect with parents and to have a way for parents to see what their kid is doing in class, because a student can take a picture of something that they're really proud of and then upload it to their Seesaw and then their parents can see it. It works great for conferences. At conferences, instead of having a binder with all their work in it, you could just pull up your iPad, or you could be using your smartboard or whatever you use for your conferences, and you can just scroll down and you can have a folder, parent-teacher conference folder, and have your kids upload things that they're really proud of over the past quarter into that folder. It's wonderful, guys. There's so many ideas that you could do with Seesaw. So yes, I love Seesaw. The next resource that I really love using in my classroom is Popplet. So Popplet is basically a idea brainstorming app. You can use it online on a computer, but I love to use it on my iPad. Now, I mainly use it for me as a teacher. It is how I plan out all of my unit projects. You get an idea and you can just brainstorm in Popplet. It is perfect for generating ideas. Your kids can also use it in your classroom as well to brainstorm some ideas. So let me show you what that looks like. So here is a Popplet that I created for a Unit 5 project that I'm going to be doing with my kids. The standard, I always write the standard in here. The standard is to compare and contrast two or more characters and events, and a story. So this is going to kind of look like a mumble jumble, but it makes sense in my eyes. So here I have all the books that the kids will be doing for the book tasting, and then I go ahead and I do things to make. These are things that I need to make for my project for the kids. And then here I have like the activities that they're going to be doing, and I love it because you can change the colors. So everything in green are things that I have or have done, and then red is things that I need to do still. It's really great because you can also, so if I made a new Popplet, I can pick what background color. I love picking pink. You can add pictures if you want to. So you can click this little button here. You can add videos from YouTube or Vimeo. You can add pictures as well. See? Ooh, look at that. And then it's so cool because you just go like this, and then you type your ideas. And then you can make the text bigger or smaller. You can change the colors of the box. It's just a really great way to brainstorm. I mean, kids could use it for writing projects. They could use it to take notes if you're like teaching how to take notes. You could do it as like a concept map for kids to show what they know about a particular subject. The possibilities are endless with this app. And like I said, I really love using it on my iPad because I feel like it's even more seamless. You just like drag and drop and manipulate things, and you can move things easily. I just absolutely love this app. And what's really cool about it is if you have the paid version, you can collaborate with other people in one Popplet. So for my Unit 5 Popplet that I have the other ELA teacher and my instructional coach. They can also come in and add ideas and whatever they want, and you can just have one Popplet where everyone's ideas is going in together. So I could see that you could use that in your classroom with groups of kids, you know, a group of kids, they could collaborate with each other on one Popplet. So it's awesome. I love Popplet. So the last online resource that I want to share with you guys today is Edulastic. Edulastic is perfect for assessing your kids and for creating online assessments. I absolutely love using Edulastic. You can use it for math and other subjects, but I think it works so good for ELA. So basically you can create new quizzes, and they have you literally just push what standard you want, and they can generate questions for you, like, because it's saved on a database, so anyone who makes an Edulastic, it's all saved there. If you want to search through and find a test that's going to work great for your kids, you can do that. You can do it by grade, you can do it by standard. There's tons of different standards in here that you can choose from. You can also make your own. So if you want to make your own, you just go over here to create new assessment. So here are questions. So if you want to pick what standard you want, so let's say we want a certain standard. Let's say we want RL4, like that. Push done, and then bam, here are tons of questions that you can add to your quiz. And what's really cool is you can add a passage, so there will be a passage on the left with the questions would be on the right, so kids can access the passage and the questions at the same time, which I think is really important. It really helps them. That's kind of what their state assessments look like. And as they are taking it, you can see what they are answering in real time. It's amazing. So you can tell if someone's rushing through and it's all red, you can be like, hey, Bob, you need to slow down. It's amazing. So here's kind of like what it would look like. So obviously not everyone took this, but so you can see, and this is live time, so as they're taking it, you can see it turn green and red. It's a great way to monitor as they're taking a test as well. All Alright guys, that is my top 5 list of online resources that I like to use in my classroom. Go ahead and check out Megan's video over at Too Cool for Middle School. She will have her top 5, and then you'll have a nice little list of 10 resources that you can use in your classroom as well. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I post videos every Monday and Friday, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye!